Hey, this is Christine, your DIY craftaholic. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and if you are new, welcome. So this is another what would you make open invite collaboration. I'll talk a little bit more about that, but let's jump right in. So for DIY number one, I got this heart sign from Dollar Tree, and I just love the aesthetic of this one. So rather than painting this sign or defacing it, I decided to just use it as is. So I took off the metal piece. See, I tried to remove it and tore off a piece of it. But no worries, because I'm going to be covering that. And here I am just using some nail polish remover. And of course I messed up my nails, so I decided to put on some gloves because I don't want to mess up my nails here. So I got that removed. And then I'm going to be tracing out the heart on this wood looking contact paper. And I got that traced out, or cut out, should say. And then here I am going to peel this and place it on top. I decided to leave the hole as is because of course that won't be showing. So here I am just using this little scraper tool. I got this from Dollar Tree, and I'm smoothing out the contact paper on top of this just to make sure there's no bubbles underneath. And then I took the nail file and I'm just rubbing off the edges, filing in a downward motion. So I got this ribbon, mesh ribbon, in my box of goodies from my crafting friend, and I'm going to be making a bow. Guys, I don't know about you, but I'm just having fun crafting from my stash at this moment, trying to use up what I have. All right, so I made a bow and used a piece of the jute cord that was wrapped around it just to tie around this, and I'm going to set that aside just for a little bit. I'm going to replacing the bow that came off from the top there. And here I am just dovetailing the end. And these are velvet push pins. I got this from Dollar Tree. I had this for a little while, and I'm going to use some of those. And the pin part of this is so easy to remove. I'm just using my floral wire cutter and I'm removing the push pin section. And I did some and set them aside. Now to raise the metal from off the surface of the heart, I glued some pieces of craft sticks together and then glued them at the back at an angle so it can easily fit. And then I applied some hot glue there, and I'm a little off. There you go. Applied some hot glue and then glue that on. And then here I'm taking the top of the push pins. I love these little things so much. And I'm setting some to one side and some to the other, just like evenly spacing them out. And once I had that done, I then glued them on. Before I did that, I realized that I needed to put a little piece more of the craft stick right in the middle there. So I did that. And then glued on the push pins. And here you have what they look like. Now I'm taking my bow. I'm going to be gluing that on. I glued on the smaller bow on top of that. But then I realized, oh, this needs a little greenery. And then took some lamb's ear. Now I need to create a swag, so I'm cutting off the stem and 4 of the leaves, straightening them out. And I realized that I needed to cut off a little piece of the stem because it was like too bulky on top of it. So I had to remove a little piece so it could lay flat. And then once I got that done, glued on the leaves. And here is my, what you call a swag. So now I'm going to glue that on right in that space where a little piece of the paper was removed. Glue that there, and then glue on the bow, just like that. I am in love with this already. I had these farmhouse stickers, and I'm just removing the part that says there is no place like home, and I peeled that off and glued it on top. And then to replace the hanger, I took some of these beads that I got from Walmart. Just took out some, and I'm just stringing them on evenly on the same hanger that came on there. I replaced it, glue down the ends at the back, and then to keep it from swinging around or moving around too much, I'm now going to glue down that little part right there. And this sign is done. I love it. Now this is a What Would You Make open invite collaboration hosted monthly by Zaina from OK at Home DIY, Connie from Connie's Creative Creations, and this month we have Tammy from Happiness Created. Now I will leave links to all the ladies' channels in the description box below, as well as to the playlist where you'll see all of the amazing talented creators. Please do check out their videos after you get done watching mine. Now on to DIY number 2. Now this is a sign I got from Hobby Lobby last year, and this was on clearance. As you can see the price there, I got it for 90% off. I believe it was like $2 and something cents, I think. Now I love the little sign as it is, so I'm not going to be doing much to interfere with the original design piece. I took one of these wooden square planks from Dollar Tree, and these are washi tapes, large washi tape that I got from Crossfire last year. This is my second time using them, and I selected the one that would fit well with the theme as well as the color scheme. And then I applied some elephant paint to the plank, and I'm not going to make the same mistake with my manicure, so I decided to make sure I put on some gloves before I start painting. And I painted it one coat, then took a baby wipe, and I'm removing some of it because I don't want it too stark. And I'm painting it because the washi tape on the clear surface would not have looked too good. So once I got that painted and dried, I'm now going in to apply the tape. Now it wasn't wide enough, or should I say high enough, to cover the entire plank, so I had to modify. You'll see what I did with it in the end. Now as I was removing the amount that I needed, a piece of it started tearing from the top, so I had to trim that down. And you will see the love story that's printed on it, which I think is so perfect for the theme Valentine. So I trimmed it off, and here it says, "Married today." Now I'll show it to you a little bit further on. So to cover that excess space that was left at both sides, I had to go in again and trim down a piece to cover that. And here I'm using the scraper tool to smooth it out, and then cut off the excess. And once I got both sides covered, I took a smaller washi tape. This is also from Crossfire, and I think this is like the Galaxy theme. So here I'm just trying to decide which one of these would look better on here, which the design that was on there. So I decided to go with this one. So I just took a piece and I'm filling the space at the top with this washi tape. I haven't used them a lot because I don't know, I just need to sit down and decide what I'm doing. And then remember also that I do have these that I can use in my crafting. Sometimes I forget. I have to make mental pictures of what I have in my stash. So once I got that done, and to raise it just a little bit, I took a tumbling tower block and I cut that in two, and I'm gluing that on. And then I'm going to glue on the wood plank on top of that, making sure that I'm spacing it evenly. And here is the story. Lorem and Ipsum are getting married. And this is supposed to be a story that's printed in the Love Journal. It says, "Married today. Welcome to the wedding." And I believe the date on it says November 1st. But anyway, that's their love story. So to spruce it up just a little bit more, I took this wooden heart and I had some mixture of Waverly Antique Wax and clear wax, and I'm just applying that to the heart on both sides. And after I dried it, I took my furniture marker and I applied some stitch lines right around the heart and then glued that on there. Glued on the bow. Well, yes, I did make a little bow and I glued that on. Now here I am again with my farmhouse stickers. I chose the one that says "This is us," which I think is perfect for this little love story. And I glued on a tumbling tower block, glued on the little sign, and this is it. So if you are new to my channel or coming over from the playlist, welcome. I'm so happy you joined me today. Here on my channel, I do DIYs on a budget, dupes, look for less, and some occasional Dollar Tree shopping hauls. If you love budget-friendly DIYs like these and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing and be sure to hit that notification bell. Hit it again and select all so YouTube notifies you whenever I upload new videos. Now on to DIY number 3. This is one of those wood frame with tin board from Dollar Tree, and this again I am thinking that I'm going to be using this in the near future, so I'm not doing too much with this. This is one of the last year Valentine love sign, hanging sign that I had in my stash, and I'm going to use the top part of that. But before I did anything else, I decided to just dry brush the frame of this. So I took some white Waverly chalk paint and a chippy brush, and I'm using a damp paper towel to remove the excess because I don't want to give it too much paint, and I think I did, but I just continued to go along with it. So I did the front, did the back and the edges. Had to dry it, of course. And once I got that done, here I'm now removing the tape from the inside. So then I set that aside and I'm now working on the side. So here I'm just removing the buttons and the jute. I had to heat it up a little bit to remove the excess glue that was there. And basically what I'll be doing with this is just to trim it down a little bit so it can fit in the space. So here I'm just trimming down a piece of the burlap because I need to keep a piece of the red as the border. So I had to trim down the burlap piece a little bit and then trim off the excess red, and once I got that evened out, I'm now ready to go. So now it fits. So I then applied some hot glue to the surface, and then I placed my little design thing in the middle and it fit perfect. So I then replaced the buttons. I want to keep those. Glue this little wooden rose in the center of the heart. I removed the raffia from there. And I'm going to make a small bow with this lace ribbon and this twine. So in order to get the twine not moving around on top of the ribbon, I had to glue that down. And once I glued it on top, oh well, no, not yet. Before I glued the ribbon on, I then had to recreate the stitch line at the base of the sign. So I took the furniture marker and I did that. And now it's time to glue on my bow. I had to glue on back the jute cord for hanging. And once I had that glued on, I then applied some Mod Podge to seal the paint in. Use the lighter to burn off the fuzzies from the jute. And now it's done. Now we're on to the final reveal. Now here is my rustic heart sign. I love it. Let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. And here is my remodeled or redesigned wood sign. And the love sign. Now guys, don't forget to check out the host channels in the description box below. I'll also leave the playlist linked in my comments, and make sure to check out that as well. I'd like to let you know also that I am on Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, and my Buy Me a Coffee is in my link tree, and that can be found in my description box below. And if you love budget-friendly content like this, I suggest this video right here. And I also suggest this mega playlist. And stay safe until next time. Bye.